historical background on the introduction of Prosopis juliflora, commonly known as madenge in Kenya, including the actors or institutions involved, and explain the ecological or policy rationale that justified the introduction of the plant. B, what is the current extent of Prosopis juliflora spread across the country, and could the Cabinet Secretary identify the most affected areas, particularly in Marsabit County, where the species reportedly covers approximately 40% of range lands? And C, what short and long-term interventions has the ministry developed to contain or eradicate Prosopis juliflora, including projected timelines, budgetary allocations, and multi-agency or county-level plans aimed at the restoring affected rangelands, especially in light of its 2022 classification as a national security threat? And finally, Mr. Speaker, has the ministry undertaken or reviewed any scientific assessments on the viability of Prosopis juliflora for alternative uses? And if so, what are the findings or outcomes of such initiatives, including any ongoing or planned community-based projects that align with ecological restoration? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable CS, you may proceed to answer question 091.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, thank you. So maybe to answer the question on illegal dumping first, the letter done to all counties, there was a letter done to all counties in July 2024 and a reminder sent in December 2024 about the same, and counties are adamant. So we continue to engage them for implementation. Regarding the budget, yes, we have inadequate budget to support NEMA operations in matters monitoring, evaluation, and inspection of sites. Again, it's an area that we would want to advocate for to ensure that we are working on. So regarding the question on Prosopis juliflora, Honorable Speaker, the genus Prosopis belongs to the family Leguminosae, specifically the subfamily Mimosoidae. The genus has 4 genera and 44 species and several varieties, of which 40, including Prosopis pallida, are native to the American, mainly South American. In contrast, 1 is native to Africa, Prosopis africana, and 3 are native to Asia, Prosopis cineraria, Prosopis facta, and Prosopis coelziana. Honorable Speaker, Prosopis pallida was first introduced into Kenya in 1948 by the colonial government workers and planted in Taveta Township. It was a popular species and was widely planted in the larger Taveta County, then Taita Taveta District, and other parts of arid and semi-arid areas of Kenya, mostly in the 1960s to 1980s. The species is non-invasive and exhibits good stem.
Senate Majority Leader, Senator Nyutu, Senator Cherargei, order please. Allow the CS to be heard in silence.
Good stem forms and other growth characteristics, but slower growth rate. There is no clear documentation regarding the introduction of Prosopis juliflora into the country. It is suspected that it could have been due to taxonomic confusion with Prosopis pallida and Prosopis juliflora. The fast growth of Prosopis juliflora and adaptability to dry conditions made it more popular to communities in most of the 1980s and 1990s, where it was widely introduced to many districts such as Turkana, Baringo, Isiolo, Marsabit, Garissa, Tana River, Taita Taveta, Kajiado, Kilifi, Mombasa, Wajir, and Mandera, among others. Honorable Speaker, the El Nino weather phenomena of 1997 and 1998 led to the population explosion by Prosopis juliflora in all areas where it has been planted, thus making its invasive tendency visible for the first time in Kenya and Eastern Africa. The species has since invaded wetlands, grazing areas, irrigation schemes, and other areas of high conservation value, thus displacing pastoral communities over wide areas and other land use systems, causing poverty and helplessness. Regarding question B, to identify the most affected areas, Honorable Speaker, the most recent assessment of Prosopis juliflora cover is estimated at 1.12 million hectares in 22 counties. Turkana County is the largest, estimated at 361,000 hectares, while Marsabit has a Prosopis cover of 142,000 hectares. The most affected areas of Marsabit County are Loglogo, Moyale, Loyangalani, Maikona, Kor, North Hor, Malabot, Martidorop, and South Hor, among others. This is Annexed 1. So, regarding the short and long-term interventions, Honorable Speaker, the Ministry began responding to Prosopis challenge by jointly undertaking baseline studies between 2000 and 2002 to determine the status and the impact of the species in Kenya. A major output of the study was the first national workshop on integrated management and control of Prosopis species 2003 that led to the formation of the first national Prosopis task force in 2004, which was later transformed into a steering committee for the first pilot project on integrated management and control of Prosopis in Kenya. Baringo was used as a pilot site between 2005 and 2008. Members were drawn from key government ministries, environment, agriculture, livestock, education, including universities, lands, and international agencies such as WWF, CABI, ICRAF, UNEP, UNDP, and FAO, and several NGOs and CBOs. Representatives of the 6 affected counties, then districts, were also included, namely Baringo, Garissa, Mandera, Tana River, Turkana, and Taita Taveta. Honorable Speaker, the government is undertaking the following initiatives in the management of Prosopis species. For short-term interventions in 1999 to 2001, we conducted a national survey to determine the status and impact of Prosopis species on livelihood and environment. The first sensitization workshop at the national level on integrated management and control of Prosopis species was held in October 2003, and followed by a second one in 2007 and a third one in 2015. Several others at the county level in all the affected counties have been carried out in 2016 to 2024. Between 2004 and 2006, the government secured technical support from development partners such as FAO to undertake a pilot integrated management and control of Prosopis. Activities included mechanical control through thinning and pruning, killing stumps, producing various products, and biological control. Expanded Prosopis management skills from Baringo to other affected counties, starting with the most impacted such as Turkana, Garissa, and Tana River. And in 2009, piloted the production and marketing of Prosopis charcoal in Garissa, Tana River, and Baringo counties, leading to the formation of Charcoal Producer Association. Again, the activities included facilitation of the formation of Charcoal Producer Association in affected counties to support sustainable production and trade in Prosopis charcoal. Existing associations include Tana River, Baringo, Garissa, Kajiado, among others, annexed to. Strengthened community capacity to manage Prosopis spread through training, field days, exposure visits, and the establishment of East Africa Center of Excellence in Prosopis research in Marigat. And developed value chains on Prosopis utilization in sawn timber, animal feeds, and human foods, biomass, energy, construction poles, charcoal, biocar, briquettes, wood, carvings, and honey production, among others. Charcoal production is the most popular value chain, which is estimated with an estimated annual value of 54 billion. In financial year 2024 to 2025, a draft Prosopis strategy was developed through a series of workshops and meetings involving the largest stakeholders, including the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Devolution, Office of the Attorney General, and the Ministry of Interior. and it is now in the process of being finalized by end of financial year 25-26 by the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry in 2025. The list of activities have been annexed 3. The long-term interventions in financial year 2024-25, a draft National Prosopis Strategy and Action Plan 2025 to 2035 has been developed through a series of workshops and meetings involving the larger stakeholders, including the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Devolution, Office of Attorney General, and the Ministry of Interior, FAO, ICRAF, Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International, that is CABI, Council of Governors, and community associations. It is now in the process of being finalized by end of financial year 25-26 by the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry in 2025. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry has also facilitated the interim piloting of the National Prosopis Strategy through the development of the County Prosopis Spatial Management Plans in Baringo, Isiolo, Marsabit, and Tana River counties. The County Prosopis Management Plan aims at confining the invasion from further spreading while clearing invasion around key community assets that are endangered by the invasions. These include grazing areas, irrigation schemes, roads, livestock, watering points, and areas of high conservation values. The cleared areas are restored using pasture seeds or grass, cropping where irrigation is possible, and growing multipurpose trees to prevent reinvasion of prosopis. The county prosopis management plans for other affected counties such as Turkana, Samburu, Garissa, Kilifi, Kajiado, Taita Taveta, Wajir, Mandera, among others, will be developed as soon as the National Prosopis Strategy is formally launched. Regarding alternative uses, Honorable Speaker, yes, the Ministry reviewed the scientific assessment on the viability of Prosopis juliflora for alternative uses, and the findings demonstrate a significant value in various areas. They include fuel wood, where Prosopis wood is an excellent source of firewood, offering a readily available energy option. Charcoal, where Prosopis charcoal has a high calorific value, ranging from 7.7 to 7.8 kilocalories, making it an efficient fuel source. The charcoal can also be processed into briquettes, providing a cleaner and more sustainable energy alternative. For commercial energy, the wood can be chipped and used for industrial steam, for electric power generation, and other heating needs. With the right technology, the species has potential for commercial exploitation for power generation. A Prosopis-based power generation plant using gasification technology was established in Baringo County in 2015, but failed at the piloting stage due to the impurity of the gas produced, that is methane. The investor overlooked the technical guidance required to remove impurities associated with high levels of tannins and other chemicals in Prosopis biomass. Briquettes and biocam, these two products can be produced from two processes as a byproduct of charcoal and commercial energy production, and from carbonizing the small diameter trees, twigs and branches, where Prosopis is being eradicated by mechanical means. The carbonized materials can be reconstituted into briquettes for fuel or used as biocam for soil conditioning and carbon storage. Construction materials. The strong and durable wood of Prosopis can be used for various building materials, including fence posts, construction poles, and furniture. Communities can utilize Prosopis wood for constructing shelters and fences. Prosopis produces very nutritious pods with high contents of proteins, carbohydrates or sugars, and minerals that can be a viable substitute for cereals as raw materials for the commercial production of livestock feeds. Prosopis pods are also edible by humans and do not have any anti-nutritional attributes. Milled Prosopis-based pod meal can be mixed with wheat at a proportion of 1:3 and baked to produce cakes, mandazis, and chapatis. Prosopis trees are evergreen and flower twice every year. Its flowers are very rich in nectar and the honey produced is of high quality. However, the super high levels of sugar lead to frequent crystallization of honey, thus making it appear adulterated. Ongoing or planned community projects that align with ecological restoration, Honorable Speaker. There is ongoing capacity development of registered charcoal producer association in management and sustainable utilization of Prosopis tree biomass. This includes the introduction of modern charcoal making technologies to reduce gas emission and land restoration methods, among others. Through the framework of collaboration with partners, there are ongoing activities geared towards rehabilitation of degraded landscapes affected by Prosopis through the rollout of the County Prosopis Management Plan. The National Landscape and Ecosystem Restoration Strategy of 2023 to 2032, which underpins the 15 billion tree growing initiative, incorporates management and control of the spread of Prosopis, green jobs on Prosopis clearing and value addition of wood and non-wood product creation by the ILO-supported community projects which are being implemented in Turkana, Garissa, Tana River counties annexed 4. The ministry and partners are also implementing other projects that are partly addressing the management of Prosopis juliflora in some of the affected counties. These include the FLOCA and the KEWASIP, that is Kenya Watershed Service Improvement Project, among others. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you, Madam CS. I will now allow 2 supplementary questions from Senator Joe Newtu, if you do have.
Get to meet him on a one-on-one basis.
Requested to ask supplementary
things,
questions. Given that opportunity.
I maybe suggest as a government we should have
Thank you,
something
Speaker,
that promotes content creators.
Question that came from the Senator for Marsabit, Senator Chute. I may not
And
have
so that
Prosopis juliflora, but
so that the content creators
say something about water hyacinth, because that's also another
as the admin where the boy was.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I hope you will, with your permission, you'll indulge me to ask the question that
as the admin where the boy was.
on an issue she
Na naweza sema pole kwa familia and thank you so much.
Students. So KK in the university had another mother who really took good care of him, who is the Dean of Students. Here ndio ana Students Kiss University, Dr. Gladys Osoro, to give her condolences and the Vice Chancellor's condolences. Thank you. Good care of him, who is the Dean of Students. Here ndio ana Students Kiss University, Dr. Gladys Osoro, to give her condolences and the Vice Chancellor's condolences. Thank you.
The content creators, the close relatives, KC University fraternity, the friends, the content creators, and all of KC University, but unfortunately, he has slept. And all of the gap he has left, unfortunately, he has slept. So university he has left, we have lost, because he was a great asset. So university was a guy we have lost, who had honed, because he was a great asset, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. But unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. But unfortunately, he was still unwell. He had deferred his studies. But here we are today saying goodbye. Mom, wherever you are, and your children, may the good Lord hold you close. May he walk with you the remaining journey. And we appreciate, but unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. But unfortunately, he was still unwell. He had deferred his studies. From wherever. When you look at testimony today, saying goodbye. Mom, wherever you are, and who this young guy was. The children, may the good Lord hold you close. May he walk with you. And KK has made it. The remaining journey. And we appreciate. But unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. May God have mercy. But unfortunately, he was still unwell. He had defied his from wherever. When you look at here testimony today, saying goodbye. Mom, wherever you are, family. And we started this long journey. Young guy was the children. May the good Lord hold you close. May he walk with you. But because of and who KK was, the remaining journey, we had an and we appreciate. But unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. May God have mercy. But unfortunately, he was still unwell. He had defied his from wherever. When you look at here testimony today, saying goodbye, an overwhelming demand wherever you from our students, they wanted to. We started this long young guy was the children. May the good Lord hold you close. May he walk with you. But message of condolence and KK was the remaining journey. We had sorrow of the untimely and death. We appreciate. But unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. Have mercy. KK. But unfortunately, he was still unwell. Pursuing a bachelor's degree from wherever. When you look at here testimony today, saying goodbye, an overwhelming demand wherever you are in the School of Information, we science, this young guy was the children. May the good Lord on my I wish to express my heartfelt condolences, message of condolence, and KK was the remaining journey. We had sorrow of the untimely and death. We appreciate. But unfortunately, and he was out there trying to fend for himself. We sincerely, but unfortunately, he was still unwell, pursuing a bachelor's degree from wherever. That it can be tough to hear testimony of and we know wherever you are in the School of Information. We in the book of Revelation 21:4 states, he will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying hearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit. May you draw comfort from these two verses. Your son's death, you and your family members will remain steadfast in God's love. Especially at this very trying moment. May the Almighty God richly empower you, comfort Nathan O. Ogech, Vice Chancellor and Professor of African Linguistics. May the good Lord bless you. As we continue until we,
thank you,
because our son was a peacemaker.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. We can put our hands together for Kisii University that has been meeting at Kiambu. So Ian, a minute, say something. And then Ken, Chairman, kindly prepare to say something. For a minute or so.
Waparari, content creators ambao wameweza kuingia siku ya leo, waheshimiwa ambao wameweza kufika, naona mheshimiwa Mbithe,
provision of health, that then becomes a public good, Honorable Speaker. And therefore it is no longer an asset of the people who invested in it. It becomes a public good for all the citizenry. And Honorable Speaker, that is what we ought maybe to do in terms of policy, that
Thank you so much, Ian. Aliye na sikio na who will send a message to us, a message of goodbye, will be Mr. KK himself, and Amos has prepared something, so atatuaga. Karibu MC as Ken prepares.
Maujaji wa matumaini pamoja katika sala.
Karibu MC as Ken prepares.
Maujaji wa matumaini pamoja katika sala. Tusaidiwe mwili tolewe. Mwili ikitolewa. Nataka kusema hivi. Tutapatia watu wengine baada ya hii, lakini wasichukue muda mrefu. Hiyo ni ombi langu. They are requesting. Wanasiasa najua mko hapa na wanasiasa na amani. Kwa hivyo hawajaongea, nitamuomba Baba Baroko yeye alikuwa anasaidia MC ya leo.
Chairman wa kamati ambayo imekuwa ikikutana hapa